Hello guys, and welcome back to part 2 of our portrait painting session. I'm going to show you guys step by step how to flow through this painting. So let's get started. Supplies. Today we're going to be using acrylics, but you can use any acrylics you have available. I'm going to be using 2 different reds, 2 different oranges, 2 different blues, a warm and a cool color, but you can use whatever you have available. Let's jump straight on into today's painting. We're going to get right into where we left off, you guys. Oh my God, I don't know about you, but this is going to be super fun. I'm super excited about today's portrait painting session. Go ahead and comment below and let me know how you're feeling and if you're super excited about today's portrait painting session. I'm going to be mixing up the regular colors that I normally have on a regular basis. My good old combo of yellow ochre, magenta, a little bit of burnt sienna, but you can use any colors that you have available. You know, you don't necessarily have to use my recipe. There are many ways to do things. You know what I tell you guys all the time. And just in case you guys are new around here, my name is Danielle. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're loving art content in the portrait painting session. Yes. So, you know what I always tell you guys? I always tell you guys to use a myriad of different colors whenever you're getting into these different skin tones. And I wanted to definitely pop in a view of my palette so you can kind of see as I'm going back and forth and kind of mixing all of these different tones to apply into today's portrait, right? Now, I'm using like this dark, kind of like burnt umber. It's a mixture of burnt umbers, a little bit of reds. It's a mixture of everything, but it's like a dark value to kind of outline the boobage area and differentiate between the breast and her arm that is on the right side of her. And I think that's really good to do, especially for when you're just starting out, so that you don't get lost in between the different body parts. I would definitely suggest that you guys do that. Yes, you guys. So I just wanted to take some time to say happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm so glad you're here and you decided to take your time to spend with me and do some painting. I hope you guys are painting along with me. If you are, comment below and let me know how it's going, and how it's been since you did part 1. Of course, everything I'm using and all the tips and tricks and my latest portrait tutorials is down in the description box below. And I'll be chatting with you in the chat box if you're here on the live premiere. If not, definitely comment below if you happen to be on the replay. Today's quote is by Martin Luther King. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Oh my God, you guys, I absolutely love that quote. So you know I had to put it out there in the universe for us today, you guys, because we all need all the faith and love we can get. Let me know how you're feeling about that quote and put your favorite quote down below too. I wanted to tell you guys about one of my favorite paints and that I really, really love. It is golden, as you know, you guys. And it is zinc white. Zinc white is basically a transparent mixing white. You can mix it with any color and it will instantly brighten up your colors without totally kind of wiping them out or blowing them out like a titanium white. So you should definitely think about getting some mixing white into your palette because they're great for portraits. I absolutely love it. As you can see, I'm using some of it right now on her arm because there's a very light area, like the fatty bit right in the middle, that is glistening and gleaming, the black girl magic in the photo. So you know I had to use it, okay? And oh, speaking of the photo, you guys, I want to give an extra special shout out to the model that was gracious enough to actually oh my God, I don't know what's going on. The cat is running around like a crazy person. Sorry, you guys. So I want to give a special shout out to our model that was gracious enough to lend us her image and photo for today's portrait painting tutorial, Simone7. Thank you so, so much. Definitely go visit her on IG and tell her I sent you. Remember what I always tell you guys. Portraits are a long process. So take your time, be easy with yourself, be easy with your easel and your body. Listen to the vibes of the portrait. Let it lead you. Take your time to add layer after layer after layer. And depending on the type of paint that you use, especially when you're dealing with acrylics, acrylics tend to be really transparent, especially red, as you can see. Even though I'm using a pro paint, the red paint in the pro line is still very transparent, which is going to require for us to do several layers. So if you're using a craft paint, you're definitely going to have to layer it on thickly, but you want to wait for each layer to dry, and then you go ahead and continue to layer. If you don't want to wait in between layers, you guys, you can always use a blow dryer. So I've decided to go in with a dark kind of contour. Think of it like makeup when you're dealing with portraiture and you're trying to apply these different colors to the face. I mean, you could go in with one flat color if you wanted to and kind of go on top with highlights. But I like to, in order to preserve my highlights, I like to, and this is just my way, you guys, right? Because there's many, many ways to do it, like I tell you guys all the time. But I enjoy preserving my highlights on the cheeks and just the different bony areas of the face. And so I tend to not put heavy duty acrylic colors on those areas so that I can preserve those spots and have that at the end. I wanted to kind of sing through and show through underneath all the layers of kind of paint I'm going to be putting in. So yeah, that's kind of why it's a method to the madness. That's why you see me kind of blocking in. Remember, this is the ugly stage, right? So we're going to be blocking in stuff, putting colors down. It may not make any sense in the beginning, but if you keep going, you guys, I promise you in the end, it will look great. But also, you got to also think about your anatomy too, right? Because we can't just think about portrait painting. We got to think about our anatomy and knowing the different structures. So that way, in case we kind of back ourselves into a certain area where we get confused, we know how to get out of it. You feel what I'm saying? Yes and yes. Now, you guys, in the reference photo, there was a deep, rich background of red. And of course, her dress is red. So I decided, I used artistic license, and I decided I didn't want to do the red background. And I wanted to do a light, kind of like hazy, vintage pink. I really, really love that color. I think it's gorgeous. So I decided to do that. And I also put my own little flair on it, and I added flowers because you guys know I love flowers. I love flowers and leaves and all the whimsy that I could possibly do. So I wanted to pop in those bits of pinks and reds, flowers, just so we can stay, I guess, on brand with the red background that she had. But I wanted to put my own little flair on it. And you guys can stay with the background that's in the reference photo. Whatever you feel comfortable with, that's what I want you guys to do, right? So this is definitely the time, you guys, to pull out those detail brushes and get to work with the eyes. I mean, the details and the essence is in the eyes, especially when you're trying to do realistic portraiture. You definitely want to make sure that you're capturing the person's major features, which happen to be the eyes, the nose, the lips, if they have any like weird kind of moles or something that's going to set them apart. You definitely want to make sure that you're capturing that accurately. So this is when the detail brushes really come in handy, especially if you're going to do eyelashes. So eyelashes are kind of tricky. As you can see, I kind of went in and I outlined it. I didn't use black, but you can use black if you want to, if you have that available to you. But I used what I had in my palette, which I mostly work a lot with a dark purple, which is a Diox purple. That's what I prefer to use for my dark purpley kind of rich values, but definitely feel free to use black. So for me, I just used the outline to give her like that kind of deep, rich wing in her eyelashes. It's basically fun. It's basically like doing her makeup, right? So yeah. And then she has very long, kind of fluffy eyelashes, but you definitely, I kind of pop them in now because I'm feeling a little more confident with kind of where I am with the portrait. So you definitely don't want to do it too early because you're going to end up redoing it anyway if you happen to have to go over that same area and kind of touch up your skin tones underneath the eyes or something like that. So definitely wait until the end to do your highlights and eyelashes. So a fun fact, you guys, is I actually used nothing but yellow ochre, white, transparent white, zinc white, all the whites with a gold, the actual metallic gold. I actually use metallic gold for the highlights in the arms, the eyes, the cheekbones, and all the things. And I think it turned out really, really gorgeous. It gives this popping, beautiful shimmer. And usually that doesn't work. But I swear, melanated skin with gold is like the best combo ever, you guys. So I think it looks great. You guys can use whatever you have available. If you don't have actual metallic gold, just use your yellow ochre and a little bit of white and you're golden. You get it? Golden. I'm living my life like it's golden. Okay. So I'm using the Micron Pen too. You guys are probably wondering, what is that about? I decided to use the Micron Pen because it has archival ink, and I can use it right on my canvas to actually do the line work in between her necklace, which gives it more of a shadow. So I use a dark brown Micron pen, and it's water soluble. I mean, it's not water soluble, and it's actually archival ink, and it's permanent. So yeah. And oh my God, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I enjoyed you. Definitely catch me for another portrait tutorial. This is just the beginning, you guys. I have so much things that I want to be doing for you guys throughout the year. I have a jam-packed content creation tutorials and all the things going. I want to give a big shout out to the patrons. I want to give a big shout out to all the moderators. Thank you so much for your help and all your love and support, you guys. I wouldn't be able to do it without you. And thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it. Yes. I would love to see you guys work. If you happen to attempt this tutorial, definitely feel free to tag me on Instagram or get at me in the group on Facebook. If you would like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/creativegirlofcolor. And that's it, you guys. I love you. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.